Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing another process video with you guys. This is from April 2017, and I'm going to show you a couple different pages that I made at the same time. I had a lot of great pictures with green in them because everything was starting to bloom and get bright outside, and we also had some really lovely weather. So we actually got some harnesses for our cats and tried taking them on walks, which was really interesting. Um, I just added a Maggie Holmes sticker. It's one of those chipboard stickers there that says more sunshine. And we also had this meal that we made a lot with asparagus since it was in season. We love to grill our asparagus. All you need is olive oil and salt and asparagus, and you just grill it for about 7 minutes. And it's the best thing ever. But anyway, I wanted to kind of document those small things. So I've got this recipe card here that I made a mistake on. So I'm starting over, and I'm not actually writing the recipe here. I'm just sort of talking about um, the perfect recipe for a spring day, talking about having good weather and fresh food and all of those wonderful spring things, blooming trees and singing birds and that kind of stuff. So I wanted to do just some journaling, and I love these recipe cards. They're old, so I don't know if we can find them anymore. If I can, I'll link them below. Um, but I just thought they were so pretty with the birds on them, and they work perfectly for this sort of springtime um, theme that I'm going for here. So it's taking me a little while to work on this journaling. You can see I was wanting to make sure it was dry before I flipped the page there. So I'm working on the back side. On the left-hand side of my binder, you can see the Sleeping Beauty ballet spread that I did in a previous video. If you haven't watched that one yet, it should be up for you. That was a really kind of a fun spread to do. So I'm just finishing up some journaling here. I'm not a very quick journaler, so you'll notice if you haven't already. And again, I'm gonna stick it behind the photo because I don't really like always having my journaling visible. But just so that I know it's there, I'm going to add a paper clip. So I'm testing out a couple different ones here, trying to decide what I like the best. And I end up wanting to use this envelope clip. I'm kind of trying to check out the gold ones just in case, but there's nothing in there that I want. Sometimes I feel like I want to look at all the options and then I go ahead and pick the thing I thought I would pick in the beginning. I don't know if you guys do that. Um, so you can see that I have all my little embellishments in this kind of screw top container. That's actually, I think, for beading, but I find that it works really well for sort of my small metal pieces. So I'm putting this in my binder, and now I'm going to work on the next side. And this is going to be a page all about my sister Olivia's birthday. And she is quite a bit younger than me, and my other sister Jess, she just turned 10 in April. And we were lucky enough to have her here for her birthday, and so we wanted to make a whole day of it. So we went to her volleyball game and to lunch and to the park for a very long time, and then we went bowling, and then we went to dinner, and then we went to get ice cream. It was a full day and night. So here are just a few pictures from that day. One of Olivia holding our nephew, Derek, and one of my sister, Jess, and my mom playing with Derek at the park. You can see here there's like a Sonic cup that we had, and it's kind of, I don't like the way that it looks in the picture, so I'm trying to find a good way to cover it up without it looking weird. So I'm kind of looking at different chipboard and papers and things like that. So I'm cutting up this scrap, which is actually from the Sleeping Beauty video, where I could not for the life of me stamp my new date stamp correctly. So I don't like throwing things away like that, and so I'm cutting it here into just kind of a little flag, and then I'm going to trim it down so that it covers the cup. And a good trick for doing those ends on the flag is to cut the middle part first and then cut the triangles inward towards where the point ended, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. It's a little hard to explain. I saw someone do it in a video and I just thought that was totally brilliant, and it's been working really well for me since then because I used to try to cut them and they would end up wonky and weird and all kinds of stuff. So you can see here I'm putting the adhesive on and I'm just making sure it's not coming off the front. I'm just tucking the ends back with my scissors and then I'm trimming it off, and I still use the sticker, but this way it doesn't like cover people in the photo. I'm kind of trying to find something else to go in the picture, but I'm not coming up with much that I like. I have all these great Maggie Holmes chipboard 12 by 12 stickers, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what else I want in this picture. And I believe I end up doing nothing else, so we'll see, I'm not sure. But you can see that it really doesn't matter on that little flag that I cut that I had messed up the stamping, because it just kind of looks like there's almost a pattern on the piece of paper that I cut. So don't feel like you have to throw out your scraps. I always recycle everything that I can, but like in the recycling bin, but when I can reuse it or find a way to use it in my spreads, I will do that instead. Because I really just try to reduce the amount of waste that we create. And scrapbooking, I'm sure you guys know, has a lot of packaging and a lot of things you have to throw away. So I do my best to use every little piece that I can. I like this picnic in the park card, but it doesn't allow for me to say anything about it being her birthday. So I'm trying to decide if there's a way I can still use it and show that it was her birthday as well, because I think it works well for going to the park. So I'm trying some different Dear Lizzie, their Fine and Dandy collection stickers, and they're chipboard and they're really cute and I like them a lot, but I'm just trying to figure out how to make that card look like a birthday sort of card, and I really don't like anything that I'm coming up with, but I try really hard. And I think that's okay. I think that's part of the process for most people, is just trial and error, trying to figure out what you like the best. I have a lot of birthday stickers here that I'm also looking at, and I just don't really love any of them. And they're also really flat, and I kind of want something with some dimension on it, so that way it looks a little bit more interesting. I'm also looking at these Maggie Holmes stickers, but they don't have any dimension either. So I'm putting down this flag that says Happy Day at the top of the picture of Olivia. And I like that it says Happy Day, but I don't really love how flat it is. So I think I'll come back to that later, or maybe it's off camera. I can't remember, but I promise I'll show you the end result here in a bit. So I'm deciding to use this pink card so that way I can show that it was her birthday. And I'm going back to those Dear Lizzie Fine and Dandy stickers, and I love these ones that say Eat Cake. Just think they're really cute and they're thick, so they give it the dimension that I was looking for. I'm getting my Heidi Swap date stamp here, trying to find the right month and day, and stamping it on the card that I'm using. And I always test it because I feel like the end of it gets inked and then you end up with this little black mark next to the date, which sometimes doesn't bother me and other times it does. So I usually do a practice stamp on my scratch paper there. So I've just added the date, and I'm not really sure what else I want. So I'm looking at adding this heart, and I've decided that it looks good enough for now, and I go back to it later and I actually end up changing a few things. So we'll talk about it in a minute, but here's the final page for the other one. Very simple, with that journaling hidden behind. And then you can see on the next page I stamped a 10 with some Heidi Swap stamps, and then I actually framed that little banner above Olivia's picture. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.